Yo, it's Daisy, and I'm gonna jump right into coding. Well, not really coding a lot today. I'm still stuck in the same place as the past few nights, and I have a feeling I'm not getting unstuck today because I'm not up too late. Well, it's like 3 a.m. I'm still trying to just not wake up in the evening, essentially. And I'd prefer to sleep 8 hours, but if I have to, I'll sleep like 6 hours. But I don't have to. I'd prefer to it'd be better if I could just get to bed at a good time. So I'm going to try and be quick this time. And I think since I'll maybe do some review. There's some stuff I can do on Free Code Camp, but I think I'm going to try to just focus on typing today. That way, even if I don't do anything very productive with coding, I at least am getting somewhere in terms of typing better. So we're going to jump right into that right now. And I'm going to try to keep this one short, but who knows in this crazy world what will happen. Anyway, whoa, W and O. That's what we're doing today, the ring fingers. Going to try to keep my wrists from resting to see if that helps my posture. Well, maybe I should try to have a better posture in general. I'll scoot in a bunch. Yeah, scoot in. I'll move my mic up towards my face, and I'll try to just talk loudly into it. If I'm quiet today, then that's the reason, and that's fine. We're not being perfectionists today. We're just trying to get something done. So yeah, I'll try to work on posture, and in the future I'll have a better mic, but I'm working with what I got right now. I don't think it's so bad, as long as I talk loud enough. I'll listen to this later and see how it turns out. I wish I could remember some of those posture tips. I do know that one was to not rest your wrists, and of course I know to keep my back straight-ish. It's not actually that good to force your back to be straight all the time. It is best for your lungs and your diaphragm. Helps you breathe. But the best posture is a dynamic posture, actually. As long as you're changing posture often enough, you're not going to be doing too much damage to your body. Anyway, so W. Oh. Yeah, this is kind of easier to do because it's fun, but honestly, it might be better to do more typing off stream, both because it's fun enough that I want to keep doing it, and so it kind of will cut into the coding time. But in addition to that, while I'm typing, I'm stressing about how I need to make time for coding, so I'll stop typing even when I don't want to stop, when I'm on a roll. So I feel like if I did this in the middle of the day, it would be a little more productive. But at the same time, I should be doing the coding in the middle of the day. I should be making these videos and going on stream more in the middle of the day. Basically, I just need to do everything earlier. All of this I need to stop doing in the middle of the night, basically. I just put everything off. That's something I really gotta fix in general. It would fix everything if I fix that one issue. Man, my internet's been not great today, so I don't know if the stream's gonna be good, but that doesn't really matter. The recording will be fine, I think. Ugh, I immediately messed up. I assumed it would be all W's and O's, but it was an S, so my brain just did O anyway. WS, WWS. Lol. Okay, yeah. Things are going slow. This website's going slowly. Why take a break when you can be the best? Way to keep yourself sharp over the weekend. Oh, it's technically the weekend. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. on a Saturday. I like these little achievements. I love this website. This is just great. I'm so excited to get my words per minute much higher, and to actually I don't know, I probably mentioned this, but the other site I used to learn to type didn't teach me anything about numbers or the symbols for each number. So I have no intuitive sense of that. I've been sort of trying to teach myself, kind of, but not, it's like difficult. I have to look at the keyboard like every time I type a number, or like, you know, like a pound sign or like a parentheses or anything. Anyway. That's not pleasant. Okay. Try again. Embrace perfectionism sometimes. But I also keep on, I'm trying to use my right thumb for the spacebar, because apparently that's just better. But I kind of internalized the habit of using my left thumb, which I think is mostly inconsequential, but I want to be as efficient as possible. So if I can, I'm going to try to fix that habit while I'm doing this. I think I'm mostly talking about things I talked about before, but I can't expect anyone to watch every single one of these videos, so I'll repeat anything I feel like repeating. Mostly I'm talking for me. It helps my brain to be talking. Helps me think. Well, actually, it doesn't help while I'm typing. I shouldn't have been talking this whole time, but it worked out. But it's making me go slower for sure. I'm glad that I didn't have to use G or H pretty much that whole time. 25 words per minute. Okay, 2000 is probably the top score. Yeah, my internet is all wacky today. I might just have to stop early anyway, just because, like, the internet is not doing good at all. But also because I don't really have much to do. 312. Oh boy. Yeah, look at that. Okay. SOS HEWA SW. That's the first time I've like made a mistake in one of these games. I've gone pretty much this whole time without making a single mistake in any of the games. It's weird that there wasn't a G at all that whole time. There was a couple H's, but so far we haven't done a G today at all. Dang. Okay, no. We're doing this again. I don't want to breed any bad habits, so I don't want to make any mistakes. Although I guess by doing this again and again, I'm increasing my chance of making a mistake, but still. Oh. I made the exact same mistake, I think. What the? Okay, that was like a glitch. Okay, one more time. I need to correct that, because that's not a good one. Yeah, and I'm doing it fast enough, so I think the only reason I don't have a perfect score is because I'm making the mistakes. I forgot. I forgot where it was for a second. Alright. That's gotta be a perfect score, right? I did fantabulously. Marvelous, okay. I'm very happy with that. Alright, what's now? Oh, Q. Oh boy. We're moving up in the world, boys. Why? Oh boy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Q, Y, Y, Q, Y, Y, Y. Y, Q, 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 Y, Y. Y, Q, Y, Q, Y, Y, Q. Y, 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 Q, 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 Y. Y, Q. Oh, Y, Q. Oh boy. I messed that one up bad. Did it completely opposite. Okay, Q, A, Z, Q, Q, A, Z, Y, J. Oh, J. No, 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 no. Yeah, this Y is a little difficult just because it is like so, it just feels very unnatural compared to the other things that we've been learning here. But I think I can figure it out. A, Q, A, Y, J, Q, A, Q, A, J, Y, J, Y, J, Q, Q, A, Y, Y, J, Q. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Jeez, oh boy. That's painful. Yeah, perfect score. I don't think so. 98%. That doesn't feel good at all. Alright, let's do this again. Q, A, Q, Q, A, Q, A, Q, A. Oh man, it's never been this slow for me before. I mean, the internet. Like I'm gonna restart my computer after this. Y, J, Y, J, Q, Q, A, Y, Y, J, Q, Q, Y, Y, Q, Y, Q, Y. Alright. Yeah, it's just very unpleasant whenever I make like a serious mistake. It's like it feels like I'm like gonna get stuck in that routine. So I'm like, I really quickly want to fix it, because the more you get into a bad habit, the harder it's going to be to fix. And I feel like I'm currently fixing all these bad habits, which is why I'm redoing this whole, like I'm starting from square one with this typing thing. Whoa, it is like really laggy. Whoa, okay, that sucked. It completely lagged so hard, and it like missed one and then got all of them wrong because of that. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time, but if the lag like messes me up, then I'm giving up until tomorrow. I'm gonna, after I let my computer chill out a little bit. I used my left thumb. Try not to do that. Q, Q, I, R, E. Oh, I did R instead. But at that time it was my fault and not the lag, so. Oh, okay, that it wasn't lag that time either. Okay, that was lag, I think. Okay, that time I hit two keys. Oh no. Okay, that wasn't lag either. That was human lag. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's lagging already. Lag. Okay, it's lagging. It's lagging. Okay, if it lags one more time, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna quit this one so it's not, so I know tomorrow it's still, so it's undone still tomorrow. I don't, so I can redo it later. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, practice Q and Y. And then it's T and P. That's interesting how they do the pairs like that. Instead of doing Q and P, the pinky things, they did Q and Y, which is a finger on your right hand, or index on your right hand and pinky on your left. And then they go to T and P, which is pinky on your right hand and index on your left. Cool, cool. And then after that, I'll have the whole top row. And then we have all these freaking lessons for the bottom row. And then from there, it's just... But this looks like it's just going to be a bunch of typing. Well, these all have weird titles. Oh, this is good posture, adjust your screen, trust yourself. Alright. I hope this isn't like a bunch of silly videos. I mean, I like the videos. They're well produced, but I would prefer to actually get good at typing. And then tricky words. Yeah. Yeah, it takes a while to get to the shift key. That's pretty odd. But yeah, I guess if that's what works best. Man, and look, this is like 9 out of... Down here is 31. And this is, at this point, it's just like typing faster and faster. Which I would like to do. So, I mean, yeah. But I think, yeah, this is so long that, like, I'm going to try to be doing it on stream just to make sure I do a little bit every day. And so it's part of my videos and stuff. But I think I might try to just take care of some of this off. Outside of the videos, off stream. And this graphic in the background is really odd. Like, why is there a floating island? Oh, it has water pouring off of it. Okay, well. Oh wait, what am I doing? Free code camp. What is it, 322? Yeah, okay, I don't want to try to tackle the other thing right now. I'm just gonna try to read the review. Whoa, okay. Find what you love and let it kill you. Okay, Charles Bukowski. That's a good quote. Let it kill you. That's good advice. Alright, dictionaries are built-in data structures. Data structures. Oh boy. Lag, data. I just realized that, yeah. It's like bagel, lag, data. It's like, what is the proper... Huh. I guess I always wondered if there was a difference between data and data, but I just now realized I was thinking about leg and lag and bagel and bagel, and I think it's just an accent thing. Some people say data and some say data. And that follows the exact same, like, it's the same difference as between bagel and bagel. Data. Anyway, okay. Key value pairs. Keys need to be immutable data types. This is the general syntax of Python dictionary. Yeah, okay. Constructor. The dict constructor is an alternative way to build a dictionary. You pass a list of tuples and an argument to the Oh, so you put tuples in it. I didn't remember that. Probably won't remember that unless I have to use it at some point, which I can't imagine I will anytime soon. But I still try to remember it. Yeah, so you put tuples in the dict constructor. And, you know, first is that, and value is second. Anyway, bracket notation. To access the key value pair, use syntax known as bracket notation, but you just put in the key to access the value. Oh, it accesses the value of the key value pair, so you don't even access the key, you just access the value. Get method retrieves the value associated with the key. It's similar to bracket notation, but it lets you set a default value, preventing errors if the key doesn't exist. The get method retrieves the value associated with a key. Okay. That's one of those ones I randomly guessed on. Well, not guessed, but I went with my gut in the quiz, and it worked. I forgot about my posture. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna move away from the mic to breathe. No, to correct my posture. Okay. Well, I mean, correcting my posture will help me breathe. I move away from the mic to breathe. Okay, let's see, set a default value. Sorry, I was thinking about Tay-Zonday. Because he moves away from the mic to breathe. Okay. Default value, preventing errors. Okay, it's similar to bracket notation, but it lets you set a default value, preventing errors if the key doesn't exist. So you say the key and then give it a default. Oh, there's no example. Keys and values method. The keys and values method return about a view object with all the keys and values in the dictionary. respectively. View object is a way to see the content of a dictionary without creating a separate copy of the data. See, I must have skipped over that because I was very confused with all the view objects stuff later. I didn't remember it being specifically a way to see the content. That's an interesting... I still don't fully understand that because I feel like if you said to print the dictionary, it still wouldn't change the dictionary at all. But like, I don't know. That probably works completely different. Items method returns a view object with all the key value pairs in the dictionary, including both the keys and values. Clear method removes all the things. Pop method removes the key value pair with the key specified as the first argument and returns its value. If the key doesn't exist, it returns the default value specified as the second argument. I'm going to check out that last part of the thing I got stuck on after I do this review, because maybe this will show me something that I was missing. Okay, anyway, removes the key value pair with the key specified as the first argument and returns its value. So it removes it, but also returns the value. And then the second part is a default value. If the key doesn't exist and the default value is not specified, a key error is raised. Of both of those things. So if you do a default, then it still doesn't exist, it'll avoid the error with the default. Useful, I think. I'm assuming it's useful. But how would I know? I don't know. I'm so close to doing that project. I can't believe I got stuck here. It's so frustrating, because if I was like sitting here making zero progress with a project, at least I'd be like thinking about what to do next and stuff. And like, you know, like with the other like lab stuff that I did, I usually would like go to bed and wake up and like suddenly solve the problem much easier after sleeping on it. But nope, I'm stuck on this freaking thing. I might just skip it for now, honestly, if I really can't, because it's like literally just the last part of the workshop I'm stuck on. It's very frustrating. Let me look at it really quick. Oh man, it is going so slow today. I was watching a lot of live streams today though, so I might have just messed it up on my own. Well, there's that guitar. Oh, it like saved the thing I did last time, which didn't work. Right after the invalid records variable, create a for loop to iterate over it. Each invalid record points that thingy, replace them with the current key value and index. What does that mean? What is the current key value and index? That's the issue. For record and invalid records. This is a for loop. This is all part of the validate function. Validate is being used on medical records. Medical records is here. And this is replace it with the current key value and index. But what did I just do? See, I did dictionary.keys, dictionary.values at position index. But apparently that was wrong. But like, what do I put there then? Remember that invalid records is a list of keys. And where's invalid records? It's right here, okay. The list of keys that refer to invalid records in the current dictionary. You will need to take the key from invalid records and look up that value in the dictionary. Take the key from invalid records. So this is that, right? No, it's not. Invalid records is... Oh, invalid records is the function call for find invalid records for dictionary. And then find invalid records is this. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, so this is like a helper. A helper. I read about this recently. I was doing other tutorials on brilliant.org. It's a helper function. Because it's inside this other function. It's what makes this function run. So this function is being used. Yeah, find invalid records is being used on ** dictionary. But what does that mean? Okay, yeah. Let's go back to our. Let's keep doing this because at some point we're gonna see the double star dictionary thing, and maybe we'll make sense of what we're looking at. Okay, pop item removes the last inserted item. Update method. The update method updates key value pairs with the key value pairs of another dictionary. If they have keys in common, the values are overwritten. New keys will be added to the dictionary as new key value pairs. Man, they just really like pick and choose what to show an example of and what to like. This just shows the syntax and doesn't show what it does or what it looks like or what it outputs or prints. I keep saying that though. It's probably one of my like main complaint. Maybe I should go to that. They have like a feedback thing on the forum. Like maybe I should join the forum and be like, hey, hey, you motherfuckers, this is all the shit I hate about your tutorial. But also it's my favorite tutorial on the internet and I'm glad you made it for free. And did lots of hard work to put it together. Like it doesn't feel like I can complain because this is a really good tutorial that's completely free. But like, goddamn, so frustrating. What time is it? 3:31. I should go to bed soon. How much longer is this? Oh my lord. It's gonna take me 15 hours. That's over dramatic, it's not, but goddamn. Okay, looping over a dictionary, iterating over values. And iterating over values in a dictionary, you can read a for loop with values to get all the values of a dictionary. Is that something I can use? Honestly, I think I should just, next time when I'm working on this thing, I should just have this review thing open and be scrolling around, looking around. Scrolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Anyway, iterating over keys. Write products.keys or products directly. I kind of tried that. Apparently, I didn't need to do .keys. I could have just done dictionary. Oh. Okay. Yeah, now I'm getting sleepy. If it starts to be the point where like I'm having trouble reading and processing what I'm reading, I'm just gonna hop off. Yeah. I think one thing I'm going to work on tomorrow, well, I'm definitely going to try to do this not at night. I'll try to get this done, like, I keep saying I'm going to do this, but it's like, it's really like the great wall for me. It's the big thing that's like, it's affecting so many things in my life is me, like, I'm being productive-ish, but I push all the things I have to do on a daily basis. I push them all off to like late at night. Like I'm also trying to study languages on Pimsleur right now and on Duolingo, but I always do that like before bed also, or before midnight in the case of Duolingo, because they're streak thing. And same with like Brilliant.org, they let you do 2 lessons a day, so I always am like, I gotta do the 2 lessons so I can get through the tutorial or get through the courses, but like I always panic and try to do them right before midnight, because you kind of waste your 2 lessons if you don't do it before midnight. I just got to do everything earlier, but I just procrastinate. And really, if I got everything done earlier, I'd be able to chill out and procrastinate at night. I could like watch videos and like listen to music and just do whatever. Oh boy. Yeah, I gotta try to do everything like early. Maybe I should like literally aim to like do everything as early as possible. Anyway, yeah. But I'd rather do this in like the evening. I don't want to do it right when I wake up. Especially because I gotta do, I don't know, there's other stuff I do. I need to eat and like do my stretches. Try to stretch every day. I don't really work out a whole lot nowadays, but I do always like try to stay flexy. It's good to stretch every day because that you can reach the point where you'll like never be able to get that flexibility back if you keep on, or that like mobility back if you get really old without stretching on a regular basis. Whereas like you can kind of like build muscle when you're older. It's hard, but not as bad as building flexibility. That becomes like impossible. Or just general mobility for your joints. I'm distracting myself again. I should just go to bed soon. But anyway, iterating over keys. Yeah. For product and products.keys, or for product and products output la-di-da. Iterating over key value pairs. You can iterate over this and individual keys and then corresponding shit. Oh boy. Laptop, smartphone, tablet, headphones. To store the key value pairs and loop variables, you need to separate them with a comma. The first variable stores the key and the second stores the value. Man, I should probably swear less. I don't know, that's just something I keep thinking about. Because I'm like, I don't know. It just makes you sound more, whatchamacallit. You sound more eloquent when you don't swear, because it just forces you to use other language. It's not even really about, like, the vulgarity. It's just kind of like, it's just inelegant when you need to express yourself with swears. Or, like, not swears, but just general, like, worse language. But at the same time, I like it. It helps me express myself. What am I even doing? What am I thinking about? Iterating over key value pairs. You need to iterate over keys and their corresponding values simultaneously. Individual symbols of the keys, their corresponding values for product and product items. Alright, to store the key value and la-di-da. The first variable stores the key, the second stores the value. Oh. Wait, so is that, like, index dictionary and enumerate data? If not, is instance. Alright, anyway, yeah, I thought that might be something helpful, but I don't think it is. Enumerate function. You need to iterate over a dictionary while keeping track of a counter you can call enumerate. Returns an enumerate object, which assigns an integer to each item like a counter. Is that a type of view object, or does it change the dictionary? I don't know. You can start the counter from any number, but by default it starts from 0. Assigning the index and item to separate loop variables is a common way to use enumerate. Index product and enumerate product items. See, that's what we did over here. Index dictionary and enumerate data. And what was data? Was this? No. Oh no, it's the parameter for this function that we're defining here. And the data you put in for validate has to be a dictionary. This enumerates it. This compares it to a key set. And then this, yeah, when we reach that double asterisk thing, I think we're gonna maybe solve part of this mystery, hopefully. To customize the initial value of the count, you could pass a second argument to enumerate. Oh yeah, and that starts it from somewhere else. I don't think that is necessary. Oh, it's like 3:38 now. Okay. Sets are immutable and unordered. Yeah, if I go to bed at like 4 and end up sleeping 8 hours, I won't get up till noon. Okay, sets are built-in data structures that do not allow duplicate values. They're mutable and unordered, which means that their elements are not stored in any specific order, so you cannot use indices or keys to access them. Also, sets only contain values of immutable data types like numbers, strings, and tuples. But they are mutable themselves. To define a set, you need to write the elements within curly braces and separate them with commas. Without colons, and it'll make a set rather than a dictionary. If you need to define an empty set, you must use the set function. Only writing empty curly braces will automatically create a dictionary. Add method. You add an element to a set with the add, passing the new thing as the argument. Remove and discard. Remove an element from a set. You can use remove or discard. To remove the remove method will raise a key error if that element is not found, while the discard method will not. I imagine that that's also useful. Like, sometimes you want it to raise an error so that you literally just don't want the program to work at all unless this works. And otherwise, like, you need an error. I'm assuming that's something programmers do, is like purposely create a situation where it won't. Because sometimes if you make it so it bypasses every possible error and still works, then like your code will be broken in a way that you're unaware of. because it'll like not work the way you want it to and it'll be broken, but it won't raise any errors and it'll run fine. So that'll be a big problem. So I feel like that's safer to use remove unless it's completely necessary to use discard for some specific purpose. But I don't know. Clear method, as usual, gets rid of stuff. Is subset and is superset. Checks if they're a subset or superset. Okay, is disjoint. If they don't have elements in common. So is this disjoint? True. So if they have anything in common, they're not disjoint. It would come back false. Union operator, the vertical bar. The union operator returns a new set with all the elements from both sets, but does not duplicate them, right? It doesn't say. I'm assuming it doesn't, because sets don't have duplicates. But I don't really know what it would do. Oh man, I just checked my stream preview and the internet's so slow that it's still showing me doing the typing thing. That sucks. Okay, now it's, yeah. I think my stream was working fine, but my preview was not catching up. Okay, intersection operator, and returns a new set with only the things in common. Difference returns a new set with elements of the first that are not in the other sets. What? This doesn't even show a minus anywhere. Oh, never mind. My set minus your set. Elements of the first set that are not in the other sets. So you can do like multiple minus, minus, minus maybe. Symmetric difference returns a new set with the elements that are either in the first or second, but not both. In a logic gates, that's called an XOR gate. Where it has to be or, but not like or as in it can be both. It has to be just one. So 1, 5, and 6. But if they're in both 1, 2, 3, and 4, then nah. Although an XOR gate is more of like it's a binary switch. So like if in the case of an XOR gate, it would like be true or false depending on whether it has things in common or has only one thing. Anyway, in operator, you can check if an element is a set or not with the in operator. Okay, I mean that's just a regular thing. Okay, library gives you pre-written and usable code. Was this where that double asterisk thing is? Where is it? I just want to find it. Oh my gosh, okay. Import statement with an asterisk. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, so it's not even in this review. How am I supposed to, Okay, really quick. I'm gonna check. It was over here when we put that in, right? No. 42. Okay. I'm gonna... What is it? Python documentation? Oh man, it's going slow. Okay. Can I specifically search? Quick search. Okay. What if I just look up 2 asterisks? Here we go. A double asterisk denotes dictionary unpacking. Okay, dictionary displays. And curly braces here. Okay, there we go. A dictionary display yields a new dictionary object. If comma-separated sequence of dict items is given, they're evaluated from left to right to define the entries of the dictionary. Each object is used as a key in the dictionary to store the corresponding value. This means you can specify the key multiple times. Same key multiple times in a dict item list, and the final dictionary's value for that key will be the last one given. A double asterisk denotes dictionary unpacking. Its operand must be a mapping. Oh boy, I don't know what that means. Each mapping item is added to the new dictionary. Later values replace values already set by earlier dict items and earlier dictionary unpackings. A dict comprehension, in contrast to list and set comprehensions, needs two expressions separated with the colon followed by the usual for and if clauses. In contrast to list and set comprehensions, needs two expressions separated with a colon, followed by the usual for and if clauses. When the comprehension is run, the resulting key and value elements are inserted into the new dictionary in the order they're produced. Oh man. Okay, well that didn't help me. I just don't understand that. And it's just not in this review. So it's like I feel like I may not come to understand that. Okay, pre-written and reusable code. Extensive library. Yeah. Math, random. RE, short for regular expressions and date time. Import statements. Okay, import module name. You would use dot notation with the name of the module followed by the name of the function. Run your code to import math module and get the square root of 36. Following your code to import the math module and get the square root of 36. Importing a module with a different name. Oh yeah, an alias, so you don't have to do it on lunch. Module name as module alias. Oh man, I'm gonna have to reread this later because I'm betting this will be necessary for that project. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The asterisk tells Python you want to import everything in that module, but you want to import it so you don't need to use the name of the module as a prefix. For example, if you use this to import the math module, you'll be able to call any function defined in that module without specifying the name of the module as a prefix. However, this is generally discouraged because it can lead to namespace collisions and make it harder to know where the name comes from. Name equals main is a built-in variable in Python. When the Python file is executed directly, Python sets the value of this variable to string main. But if the Python file is imported as a module to another Python script, the value of name variable is set to the name of that module. This is why you'll often find this condition in Python scripts. It contains the code that you only want to run only it contains the code that you only want to run only if the Python script is running as the main program. All right. Okay, we're gonna do the quiz again, and then I'll hop off and go to bed, and we'll try. Maybe if I accomplish my true goal of doing this earlier, so I don't have to stress out about getting to bed, I'll be able to spend more time on this. What is a dictionary? Key value pairs. Proper syntax. It's not that. Not that. It's this. These must be unique. create a dictionary is dict, which is a way to access a value. Dictionary key, yeah. Index notation. Or is it called bracket notation? It may be called bracket notation. That sounds more correct, I think. Which the following is the correct way to update a value. I mean, the assignment operator. These I've never even seen, and that's just to check if it's equal. It's a conditional or something. I think that's what it's called. Which of the following methods can be used to retrieve a value associated with a key? I'm pretty sure it's get. Yeah, it's get. What is a view object? Way to see without creating a separate copy. It returns a view object with all the key value pairs in the dictionary is items. Which of the following method removes its clear? What will be the output for the following code? Products, dictionary for product and products items. This will return a bunch of tuples. And then print. Yeah, so this, returns tuples. Which is true about sets. They are mutable and unordered. This is one of the ones I got wrong last time. Which of the following is the correct way to create a set? It would be, curly braces. Which one creates an empty set? Set. Maybe it's sets, but I think it's set. What will be the output to the terminal? Add 5. Sets, I believe, can only contain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just doesn't add it. I think so. Which one checks if it's a subset? Is subset. It's disjoint is disjoint. What's the symmetrical difference? Elements that they don't have in common. Turns a new set with elements of the first set that are not in the other set. Wait, I think that's the difference one, the subtract one. Yeah, this is the XOR gate one. It's in the first or second set, but not both. Which of the following built-in modules is used for generating random numbers? Random. Which one is used for working with regular expressions? RE. Finish the quiz. Yes, I am finished. Let's check her out. How many did we get wrong? And it is none. Cool. Okay. And check that out. We're all done. We just have to finish this medical data validator. Redo it more like. Then we gotta figure this out. You'll build a user configuration manager that allows users to manage their settings such as theme, language, and notifications. You will implement functions to add, update, delete, and view user settings. Fulfill the user stories below and get all the tests to pass the lab. Okay, this is exciting. It's gonna be big. It'll take a while, but we can do it. After we do this medical data validator. And then some error handling, just a little bit. And classes and objects. That'll be fun. And then we have this big one, object-oriented programming. It's gonna be tough. But yeah, I've got to change my habits or I'm never gonna make it through any of this. So that's the goal for tomorrow, which means I gotta get to bed early. And maybe wake up early. I'll maybe wake up early. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's about time I be hitting the old dusty trail. So, yeah. I'll be seeing ya. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm not sure. What in the heck? Whoa. Sorry, I messed that one up. I managed to hit the wrong button there. Just a moment. Wait, okay. Man, that's wild. Okay, I'm hearing myself in double because I clicked a button that made it so that I am hearing what's going on into my mic, but my mic already has that like built in, so Anyway, so I just ended up like doubling it and giving it to the next person. Okay. Anyway, bye bye.